Let's see, 200 euros. You want it on this bet as well? 200 on Nemiga to 2-0 and click.
Yeah, I added the 100 there as well. Okay.
Wait, why is the light on?
Is that red light that's supposed to be?
Hi guys, welcome back.
It was some other game. It wasn't Oats, guys.
Did I say Nemiga?
Nemiga has a Rainbow
Enigma.
Six.
Or no, different Enigma to win. Different game completely.
Yeah, different game.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're one game done, second game in between EPG and Nemiga.
Enigma.
Enigma? No,
EPG versus Enigma.
Nemiga.
No. They were playing versus Enigma that game. They're playing versus Enigma maybe again.
Mitch was playing it versus himself.
Yeah.
And this game, let's have a look at the bans. This is the most important part we're looking for. The tilt-worthy stuff. Nope. They're composed. EPG.
No. Nothing's banned. But however, Nemiga, they go for that Enchantress again. But this time, however, Elements get that PL. Last game it was banned. This game, PL is there. This PL is actually one of the better ways of dealing with the Enchantress. On the laning stage, it's not the greatest, but after the laning stage, you have such a great attack speed that you can always deal with the Ench, and you can always Phantom Rush to her. So, a hero that's actually pretty decent versus Ench.
Undying's not terrible either.
Undying is...
Like, you're already a very squishy hero on the Enchantress.
Yeah, he takes some strength away from you, perhaps soul rips you to that, so that's kind of fine. It's not really a hero that forces you into anything, to be honest. Enchantress hates playing versus heroes that force her into buying certain items, such as Yules or something like that, or BKB early, or something that tanks you up. And in this game so far, the only problem is the PL. And there's no real way of dealing with the PL as Ench later on in the game.
The PL's not bad against the Drow, so this is actually a way of just saying, please do not pick a Drow again, because Zitrax, he played phenomenally on that hero.
Exactly. The Drow was actually countered by the PL this game. It couldn't be countered the last time because PL was banned. This time though, however, they picked that PL instantly and they're well prepared. You know what hero they aren't prepared for though? It's the Brood. Right now they have nothing against it, and it's already the last picking phase. Well, not the last in the second.
Not quite
picking,
the last, yeah. We're getting there though, and Elements, they still have nothing to deal with the Brood, and they haven't banned it. Nemiga could pick it right here, because yes, you could pick something on the side of EPG, but there's going to be a ban probably on the Kunkka, and the effectivity you have at shutting down that Brood is reduced.
So what they can do is they can just ban the Kunkka and go for the Brood, and that would work actually, if they have a Brood player. That could work. They already have Enchantress though. Enchantress is actually really good versus Brood. The problem for Ench is that she isn't really able to farm as fast as Brood is. So she's always going to be out-farmed. But she's a hero that can lane versus Brood. You can stand on the lane and defend your tower.
Oh, I was thinking Nemiga picking up a Brood here.
Well, Nemiga can go for the Brood as well, definitely.
Yeah, because there's nothing to stop him right now.
I don't think Burania is a Brood player as well. You're right there, so... Tinker.
He's more of a Kunkka player,
So
but he'll take Tinker this game.
We have a Tinker, so Brood would be good on EPG, but I don't think they're gonna get it.
They got a final pick.
They have
this
a
is going
final
to be
pick.
dependent.
So they know that the Tinker is mid, so what can they pick? They can go Storm, they can get Zeus, and they can go something like a Brood, something cheesy, even a Kunkka. But I think Zeus or Storm are probably top picks for EPG right now.
Yeah, gonna need something. They don't want to get Tinker this type of game. And I'm looking at the picks right now. They could go for a
Ricky ban.
So I say there's a bounty hunter available for Nemiga. You look at the picks right now as well. Typically you see the bounty as 5, but you can run it as a greedy
Bounty
4.
plus Tinker is actually one of the sickest combos.
Yep.
Good of you to remember that, even though Bounty isn't really in the meta right now. He's really strong with the Tinker because of the tracks plus the rocket spam. It's just ridiculously strong. So they could opt to go for that Bounty plus Tinker.
You could pile the gold on Tiny as well. In that mid game, he could just get super out of control.
Oh, of course. So, especially with the Enchantress actually as well. It's not only the Tinker, Bounty Hunter would be really good here with the Ench as well, because once she buys that Pike, you can't run into the fog. So you have to buy a Manta or Yules or something to deal with the track and the Pike.
And I'm looking at this and you want to bid lower.
Oh,
okay, that's not bidding lower at all, Nemiga. That is bidding high. They pick the Spectre up EPG
So this is
farm
like,
pick.
yeah, this is like a tiny 4 or something. This is tiny 4, right? Bane, tiny supports, Ench offlane, or it could be
Could be
Ench.
Enchantress as
Yeah,
well,
it
yeah.
could be Ench support as well, which isn't something that I really love a lot, but it can work.
I don't like it in this type of game. Typically, if you pick the Enchantress support, it's because there's something like a Monkey King, or there's an Ursa that you can basically purge spells off. In this game, there's nothing.
There's nothing. You can purge the Bloodlust, I suppose.
That's it. But it's such a low cooldown. Who cares, right?
Yeah. It doesn't really help you a lot versus these heroes as well, because if you go enchant first and you enchant a creep, you're still playing versus Undying and Ogre, and these heroes, they're just so tanky, ridiculously tanky, that they don't even care that much. They can still trade hits with you in their favor.
EPG likely to pick something that actually benefits a lot from the Ogre neck, so some sort of right-click mid, maybe something like a Lina, which isn't terrible against the Tinker. It's not great either. It's kind of more of a drawn lane. You want to try and take a win against Tinker, you want something to get up in his face.
Right now, they don't have a lot of catch. They have the grip, and that's about it. So if they wanted to give Baranya Storm, they could, but that's not really his style too much, I think.
I mean, the Kunker's there. I just don't typically like Kunker against Tinker. It's a bit of a messy matchup, especially with the blinds.
Yeah, you have the laser always, yeah. So it's definitely difficult. But he has played Kunkka in the last game versus Storm as well, and he did well. So I don't think he wants to play Kunkka again, though. Let's see.
Yeah, we shouldn't see the Brood Mama either. I'm looking here and I'm thinking the Tinker, yes, his magic damage March Machine eventually gets rid of it.
Storm.
There's a Storm.
Yeah, it's Storm or Zeus, and Zeus has been banned, so it's Storm. It's basically, as a drafter, you have these two options at this point, honestly. Like, you aren't even thinking about anything else. You are, but these two are the most
It's
common
like you said,
ones.
they need catch right now, and of course, when Tinker's split push in the lanes, Storm can sneak in. He can look for that opportunity.
So Tinker should be fine in the laning stage at the start, but later on, Borania is actually willing to prove that there's another Storm player in this game. It's not only Kodos with that last game's victory.
Yep, slapping out on the table, saying what up. Baranya wants to prove that he's the better Storm player, and we will get to see that. High standards to prove, though, because Kodos was playing out of his mind last game.
That Storm was so good. Those are big shoes to fill. So I'm not certain.
Did he get up to 40 Bloodstone charge at the end? It was about there.
It was 140 at the end. That's
140,
okay. That's how it looked like.
Have you been on a trip to NA? Because that calculator of yours is not working properly.
My math isn't working.
Yeah, we're going to have to send you back to school. But let's see if EPG can school the side of Nemiga on how to play Storm, or if it's going to go the other way.
Well, there's not much schooling to do. Kodos already did his part. It's on EPG to prove that they have watched that game properly while playing it, so that they can repeat the same thing that Kodos was doing, because that Storm was really good.
And they'll need to bounce back here because they are one down. And we said about the bounty, but I do kind of like this Spectre pick, because the thing I'm thinking right now
Yeah,
is
Bounty, Spectre, pretty much similar.
Yeah,
right?
totally similar. But the vision, right? The vision factor. With
The vision factor is similar, actually. You get the Haunt plus the Tinker. The problem is, though, last game, I mean, honestly, I can definitely understand Nemiga here. You lose the lanes, but you still win because EPG does some throws, right? So that's what they're doing again. You pick Spectre and Tinker, two heroes that need a lot of farm. Why? Because you know you're going to lose the lanes because they're really good. But at the same time, they're going to do something stupid afterwards and die on your high ground, right? So why not pick Spectre, Tinker, perhaps five carries, actually?
Welcome to the comeback meta, guys.
Eventually, you're going to get enough farm, right?
Well,
right?
You know what?
I'm kidding, EPG, they're great.
The gold will be flown in Nemiga's coffins, a bit like the water flows through this this river.
It happens. Everyone does a throw every now and then. It just happens. It's the way the Dota works.
I like what EPG are doing here as well. They're, by the way, running Mitch on the Ogre.
Ogre
so
offlane. I guess it's offlane Ogre, yeah. So Mitch has been demoted from a complex hero such as Enigma to an Ogre Magi. It's going to be fun to watch.
We know you were holding on to your ults a long time, so we'll give you an ult that doesn't have an active.
He actually skilled Fire Blast instantly, not something that I can completely agree with or get behind or anything at all, because Ignite or Bloodlust are much stronger early on.
Well, it's also the case of why have you leveled that early? Nothing's happened
and
yet.
still leveling that before the rune starts. Mitch.
Swift enemy and chased onto him. Just harassing him out pretty well. LeBron does get a big fat decay though. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Chosen One's going to be stunned up. I mean, the root's not
Actually
there, but he walks into
root.
it. Chosen One, what are you doing? Very far to stay alive will be fine.
Yeah, so what happened there is when you are chasing someone as Dark Willow, and they're basically on these stairs between high ground and low ground, if you cast the brambles, he can't see the brambles on high ground, so he has like more chances of actually running into them. So he did run into the low ground one, so everything I just said makes zero sense, but
it makes no
who
sense.
cares?
You're trying to justify the
I'm trying to justify,
on both
basically.
sides.
I'm just trying to make him feel better, that's all.
They should both feel bad about that, actually. Missing the brambles and then walking
Running
into the brambles.
into it, yeah. Missing the brambles and then running into the missed brambles. All right, Elements, they're losing their
Yeah,
odds.
Nemiga is looking like a sure bet in people's eyes here. But it's going to be heavily on this Tinker to get a good start because the Spectre's not going to be ready to fight for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, Tinker can have a nice lane versus Storm. It's not about the laning stage, though. It's the later on. When Storm gets that level 6, he can be on the hunt for Tinker all the time.
Meanwhile, top, they're just waiting to actually try and force a response so they can actually get the better lane matchup right now. Because there's no way you leave 3 heroes here against a goddamn Undying. That's not advisable. But for the time being, they will leave the Enchantress alone. Of course, especially with that hero, it's important you get quick level 2, level 3, so you're untouchable.
I mean, yeah, Enchantress definitely needs those levels. So level 3 is basically when she becomes really strong. And overall, when you're Enchantress, you're actually happy to be alone. You're happy to be left alone on that lane so that you can get a couple of levels, a couple of creeps, perhaps 2 levels in Untouchable, so you are actually untouchable, as you said. And on this lane, though, they're actually doing the right thing. They're tri-laning with the Spectre, making sure that she has a decent time. But more importantly, they're making sure that Swift Ending does not. Because PL is actually pretty decent versus Spectre. And even though she was last picked and PL was, I believe, already visible, they went for it. And PL can deal with the Spectre very well, actually.
Yeah,
so that's also something that we didn't really mention. I
was going to say, the thing with Spectre and PL, that matchup, everyone's like, oh, Spectre's the ultimate late game carry. But when you get to late game, if you're on even gold, PL with the talents now is more threatening than the Spectre.
I mean, even mid-game, PL, once he gets that Diffusal and the Phantom Rush, he just rushes Spectre down, takes all her mana away, and
he's not big cooldown dependent.
Exactly, so it's not really hard for PL to deal with her as long as he has a decent lane. And so far, I mean, he's struggling. He only has 2 CSs. He is doing a CS a minute, which is not really where you want to be.
This is how you do an offlane. This is how you win an offlane with a try. Is basically you put yourself in a scenario where having a third hero there doesn't matter because so many denies are occurring.
At the same time, we see the Mitch versus the Chosen One lane. I think like Ogre isn't really favored in this matchup. Definitely not favored, but he shouldn't.
He's not hearing you. He's like, la la la, 14 last hits, top of the chart right now.
He's not favored in this matchup, but Mitch is a really good laner and he's winning it anyway. At least for now.
That's for moving forward here. There's an opportunity. There's the Avalanche coming out. LeBron's pretty tanky though. The KO buff cooldown soon. He is just soaking up this damage, doesn't care. Fishman needs to move away though. You need to be careful. The root's going to connect onto him, and Fishman
should fall
nightmare there. He should fall indeed. He's going to walk in a second root. Needs the brain sap. Won't get it out in time. DNC gets the kill.
Gets the first blood, which is going to move him a bit closer to those boots. It's going to make all the rotations a bit easier. So a pretty good move so far for EPG. Their lanes are doing well. Spectre is farming a lot, while PL isn't, so there's that, but
it's more how the other lanes are going right now, because you've got to keep in mind that Nemiga are investing a lot more in this top lane than EPG were. They did rotate DNZ.
Yeah, now it's basically 3-on-3, right? It's the good old tri lanes, not something that we're very used to in this patch, at least.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but this is a dream come true for LeBron, really. Like typically, the best hero in a tri-lane matchup is Undying.
Yeah, Undying is definitely the best. So many targets to decay. Basically gets so much strength and is so strong at trading hits.
I mean, especially when one of those heroes is a strength hero.
Of course.
Even better value there, especially when Tiny's based on just hitting so hard with the tree to force people out at the start. So nice read coming out from EPG so far.
Yeah, it's interesting that Tiny's playing position 4. It happens every now and then, it's just not too popular though. Not right now, at least.
Zitrax dodges them out.
Yeah, those boots did not help there. He could maybe get in position with those boots, but he decided to troll.
LeBron needs to be careful here. He's starting to lose the decay strength. DNC is pretty far out here. Astral doesn't want to commit the Avalanche though. And this is just a poke and prod lane, but once again, you look at the advantages. One side does have the Undying, the other has the Bane. And I like the Bane more here because he's going to sustain himself at HP. As soon as the Undying runs out of mana, he's going to fall super low.
Strong,
DNZ, Avalanche is there, needs to move away quickly, he'll be fine.
Use the touch shuttle roll, but Tiny is onto him.
Yeah,
he's still coming from
going.
behind.
One hit in the face, needs two more
needs
taps.
more,
Oh no,
more.
the decay is on point.
He can't kill him.
Beautifully done from LeBron there. He will selfishly use the shrine.
Yeah, why not?
And dance in front of him.
Gets that mana to actually go back to the lane, which is really important. Burania, however,
Yeah, this is a little
I don't
bit
think
sad,
Burania agrees with that move, though.
He'll TP to the other shrine. There's two, which means if something now happens to Ogre, he's screwed.
Tinker is kind of having a good lane on mid so far. 23 last hits, 15 denies against 21. He's basically on the same level like Burania. Zitrax?
Zitrax is on a very low level of HP.
Very low level of HP indeed.
Astral moving in. These Avalanche not doing too much. The big one though, the toss back, LeBron not quite under tower for long.
So
Takes one hit, the root turnaround Astral. He's going to fall here, the charge fall, they'll finish him off. Or will they have to use Shadow Realm? Yes, they will. DNC gets the final tap. Swift then, he did use the doppelganger, but needs to move away.
I mean, you really don't want to go on that Undying ever. Like in this laning stage, every other hero is probably fair game, but Undying with his decay stacks on him, if you go on, if you want to die, you go on Undying. That's definitely where you should play.
Living up to his name. Yeah. And you gotta give props to Burania here, actually. He's kept up in terms of CS, despite the fact that there's 15 denies on Kodos right now.
He has 30 last hits. Some of those are from the jungle, though. And overall, this is normal. This is the normal Tinker versus Storm lane. It's skill-based matchup. I think Tinker has maybe even a slight edge, but Storm isn't bothered by it because once he gets that 6, he actually has Ball Lightning, and because of that, he can catch Tinker whenever he sees him on the map, and he becomes the stronger one. That's what's happening actually. They're putting Tiny on mid, while the Tinker is going to the jungle to stack and farm. Basically, you don't want that Tinker on mid because the Storm can jump him at any time, solo kill him, so you have to be careful.
Meanwhile, bot lane, it's the point where it gets a little bit worrying for Mitch. He might have all that armor, but Chosen One now has impetus available.
Of course, like from now on, Mitch cannot lane here anymore. That's basically what it is.
As he walks away on practically no HP, actually.
Yeah. Basically, you can lane versus Enchantress as Ogre until you're 6. Truth be told, you can lane almost on any hero versus Enchantress until you're 6. But once she gets that level, you're basically
You
done.
shake hands, say good to meet you, and you move away.
Exactly.
And so Swift ended with the doppelganger, but the root turnaround, Astral needs to escape, but he can't. He's going to try and farm up the tombstone before dying, but he won't be able to do so. Toss in the air won't make a difference.
Yeah, you don't go on Undying, hello. No, that's not the hero.
They keep trying, they're not learning, but in fairness, Zitrax is still being pretty happy with his outcome.
Yeah,
he's top of the network.
They're creating a lot of space for this Zitrax Spectre. He's farming quite well. He should be satisfied. He shouldn't be satisfied that he does not have levels, but after all, he does have the farm, which is just as important here.
And Swift Ending doesn't have levels either. And
yeah.
Between these two, the farm's more important for Spectre, the level's more important for PL. He wants to reach that late game potency at 25 as quick as possible. Storm does have regen room. He'll look for a snipe out opportunity. There's a move in, trying to go to Tinker. Kodos taking a lot of damage. Mitch with the rotation, beautifully done.
I really love this from Mitch. The last few games that we watched from EPG, he was never really feeling, not really active with that Slar Dart and Enigma. This game instantly realizes that the bottom lane is the dead lane, the way NA calls it. It's the dead lane, so he leaves it and he's actually rotating top.
Top lane is pretty lively though. They're going to get killed in the Undying. Finally!
They get him, however...
DNZ taking a lot of damage as well.
He has no Shadow Realm.
Yeah, and if he gets too low, the tree toss through, he's going to wand up, he'll be fine.
Ogre
So then he
is
needs
here.
to run. Chosen One says, okay, Mitch is not the only one that can make rotation. Doppelganger's going to come out. Mitch, he's here as well. Stun's going to be on the Zitrak, the Ball Lightning in. He needs to escape this, but he can't. The dagger will not save him. And meanwhile, Swift on the tower. He's going to stand up against this, but Chosen One will find the kill. On the other side, Toss comes out Masteral, but it won't matter. He's going to fall. And now Chosen One, alone with Fishman. They're going to get rid of Fishman first and then look on the Enchantress. As he tries to run off, Fishman won't be so lucky. He's going to at least draw them away, which should create the space for the Enchantress to escape.
He actually has sleep, so he should be able to maybe even get
Apart
out.
from the creeps. And now the stuns. Chosen One. He wants DNZ so badly.
Okay.
Finally, they get the kill almost simultaneously with the Fishman and Chosen One.
Just a wee fairy going about her business.
Alright, just a wee fairy going about her business.
Yeah. They actually wiped them. They got all
They do.
5 of them there, which is really nice. The Ogre's activity really... I mean, the problem is Enchantress is really strong, but when you force her to rotate like this, I think the whole point of the hero kinda gets lost. Basically, as Enchantress, you want to stay on that lane. You want to use your Aquila offensively, activate it, and take a tower. And after taking a tower, just go and dominate some other lane. However, if you don't, and if you rotate like that, the thing is, yeah, you can dish out a lot of damage. But if you dive a tower, the tower alone can kill you because he does not care about untouchable, right? Because you are a very squishy hero, and diving a tower like that, the tower damage alone brought him so low. So he has to be careful about these rotations.
That net worth dip, EPG, it's a small lead, but it's starting to build. Mitch going to be chased on too. He might have to turn around and deal with Chosen One, but he's just fast enough. He'll be fine.
That one hit. He actually isn't leveling Bloodlust at all. I mean, he could use it on PL for himself.
Zitrax spin spot out, the ball lining in. Baranya moving forward. He's trying to hide in the tree, but they see everything and they'll bring him down. And Fishman, be careful. He came a little bit close. He'll be able to escape that.
They are committing though 2 cores for the Spectre kill, but it's definitely worth it. Astral is gonna pressure mid a bit, while Tinker is just farming up jungle. Does he have travels yet? Minute 11?
He almost has it.
He should have them after these 2 camps.
This is kind of the thing, the beauty of Nemiga with this greedy lineup is they're committing a lot to steal with the Spectre, which leaves Tinker free. But this is beautifully done, moving in just to deal with him. He's that close to the travels.
One
gold. Down. Bedlam just out range, won't matter. Shadow Realm gets him.
That could have been so much worse for him if they killed him just a second earlier.
Yeah,
because he just got that. Yeah, he got that 1 gold, just 1 gold that he buys travels. This is actually awesome for him because he lost no gold there. So even though they killed him, they got a lot less than they think they did.
Indeed, and now Ting can get active on the map. They need to do so. Zitrax in the bot lane. Swift ending. Super low on HP. The brain sap doing so much work. They'll just run him down and kill him off. They ping. They know which one's real. They aren't full of any of these antics.
They ended him swiftly.
Hitting onto both here. Shadow Realm coming out. Zitrax trying to move away. The Bedlam too late. DNZ down to half HP with the brain sap. And Fishman's going to stand his ground. The stun's going to come out. The dagger flying through. DNZ getting low. The Terrorize should be there. But nope. Walks into the root. Will die. So one for on each side. Yeah. They do get the PL beforehand.
They got the PL, which is very important. Mitch?
What? Okay, that was risky, showing your face like that.
He's very tanky, though. He's a tanky boy.
He's a little bit scary to fight into. Nice amount of gold going the way of Nemiga there, and it starts to swing the net worth back in their favor. And this, look at the net worth right now. This is the worst case scenario for EPG. It's a
the grip on the Baranya.
Yep, they found Baranya. Astra's going to move forward. He hasn't got much damage though. There is Toss, and the Avalanche come for us. Enough, they'll get the kill. Terrorize gets held onto, and DNZ move forward to Shadow Realm. Doesn't have a target. And actually, LeBron needs to be careful. The Rocket's going to start flying. Astral will just TP out right under his nose. No way of stopping him. Bot lane.
Tracks on the bottom lane. He's falling lower,
no,
but
Swift
Chosen One
ending.
is there.
He might have been baited in. Chosen One's going to move forward. He has got the doppelganger. He might have to use the move away. Zitrax. The stun's going to come out. Mitch trying to move forward. Goes to the TP out there. And Mitch
gets out.
So close.
He was hoping for the multicast on Zitrax.
He could pray.
Yeah. He could have killed him if he got it, but yeah, it was a long shot. Overall, though, Baranya in this game versus Kodos in the last game. Last game was the perfect Storm game. This game, it's alright, but it's not the perfect one. You still have the Bane to deal with, right?
And the Tiny who's going to ambush you wherever you are. He's going to be able to blink Shadow Blade and find you.
The Bane is definitely the biggest issue because of the grip. You have to be careful. You have to itemize versus it, right? Chosen One
says come get healed. Fishman won't be so lucky to be part of that though.
Yeah, I mean Chosen One, he has 4 levels of untouchable. The only way he survives, the only way he dies is if DNZ casts a perfect Bedlam over him. Actually, Dark Willow is a hero that's pretty strong versus Enchantress. Forces Enchantress into buying like a hood or something against the Bedlam, and we can see right now that she is going for that hood.
Baranya finds Astral here, but maybe not the best target. Baranya still has a lot of mana to work with. We'll be able to move away. But that's a little bit of a move desperosity. There is, of course, the regen room, but these moves suggest he doesn't have something he can do right now.
Yeah, these moves aren't really paying off for him. He's just afraid to farm on the lane because of the Bane. If you don't see him, you don't farm, and that's it.
He does at least have that regen room, so he'll be able to just regen up, doesn't have to worry about going back to base.
So far, the Bane has been doing a good job of hiding. Zitrax,
starts coming out, Moikast is 2, and there's the Bedlam move in. He's going to try for this with the dagger. Zitrax so damn tanky, just standing his ground against. It's going to move across the tree line. The ball lightning through. No, they can't hit the Terrorize, doesn't clip either. Zitrax will still fall. They'll be able to find him. Baranya Law Man needs to be careful and get out. Nightmare hit on the Mitch. The pings come out. They say vengeance time. Chosen One standing here at the ready. And Mitch taking a lot of damage. There's Impetus coming through. He's going to fall. Can they get the rest out? They should be able to. Baranya's got loads of mana left to work with.
The zombies are so awkward.
Yeah, they need to actually just farm the Tombstone. So that's easy extra goal for them and makes it worthwhile.
Yeah,
Even though they lose the Spectre, not bad.
175
Oh,
gold.
Avalanche toss. They find more. Baranya, no. He'll be able to ball lightning away. But he is pretty low.
He should be fine. He gets that bounty rune as well. On top lane, Swift has to run away from Kodos actually. You know what? I was seeing how PL is good versus Enchantress later on and how he's good versus Spectre, right? Because once he gets that diffusal, he can... Maybe Shadowblade is the build this game. However, there's one problem. The Tinker. The Tinker is actually really good versus PL later on if he gets that Aghanims, as he just made...
Which he will.
Yeah, which he eventually will, or should at least. He makes quick work out of those illusions, like they just disappear. So
Zitrax found again, but Mitch is alone this time, so he won't pursue. Zitrax is still farming really well, actually. 5,500 net worth. The only one on the side of EPG keeping up is that Stormer, almost the same. And it's only a slight gold difference between these cores, but it's how these cores should be performing early on.
of course. And now we have like the 3 cores of Dire under the 3 cores of Enigma.
Nemiga. Speaking of Nemiga, Fishman gets found. Brain Sap buys a little bit more time, but he'll still fall. Branya did have a haste, so there's no chance of trying to turn that around.
So he's getting there. He's actually going for that Bloodstone as well. Last game, Bloodstone was completely justified. This game, it's good, but he has to be careful how he plays because he can... if he gets caught by either the grip or the sleep, there is a follow-up possible. There's follow-up with Tiny, there's follow-up with Taunt. Has to be careful. Kodos is actually moving very closely towards that Blink Dagger. Just what, 300 gold, 400 gold left, and he's got it.
Yep, and that's when things get a little bit more threatening. And that's when suddenly Baranya has a job he has to fill, which is finding that Tinker every goddamn time.
This smoke up.
Yep,
Tiny
they're
with
trying
the
to back
blink.
up Zitrax in the top lane because they were aggressing him a little bit. The wraparound's looking beautiful here.
Yeah, they've slowed down Swift Ending quite a lot. If they get him one more time, it's going to be huge. DNZ is there, he's ready.
There's so many things to deal with. Fishman moving. There's the dodge out the doppelganger, and now Fishman needs to retreat. Terrorize is going to be there, not going to hit on anyone, but the Cursed Crown, Fishman should die. Nightmare to protect him for a few more seconds, but not long enough. The jump in is pretty heavy, though. Chosen One trying to go work. The Haunt's going to come out. DNZ is going to be first to fall. They're going to look for more. The Tombstone's down, but Zitrax is just farming it the entire time. LeBron trying to keep it alive, won't matter. Now LeBron. Can he escape? The enchantment's going to slow him down. Zitrax is going to move in. They're going to close in on the skill. The triple Moit cast won't matter as there's no one to turn around the Chosen One. LeBron will fall.
Yeah. LeBron kind of went in to try and cut the fight in two with that Tombstone, but he went a bit too deep. He didn't really realize that they are already losing that fight, that they are on the retreat, as they only... I mean, they didn't really do a lot in that fight. They just got Fishman's Bane, and that's it. However, DNZ was really well positioned, and because of that, they didn't get what they came for, and that was the PL. They didn't get him.
But they can push for this tier 2 now, is the thing. And that will force response out of EPG. And of course, Bane did die, but he didn't use the Fiend's Grip, so he can just come straight back here and set up another fight.
They can.
There's one. Full lining in. Whoopsie daisy. They actually left the Enchantress low, and the Avalanche is there. Is it enough, though? He's going to heal up. The Hood as well. Come get heals. I'm afraid it's not going to be enough heals. He should die still.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of control. And if you are Nemiga, you have to be thinking about the early BKBs. Fishman.
Bot lane, well, his illusion's still farm, but he did find Swift Ending. Too late to arrive and help, though. And Kudos misguesses. He needs to actually get out of here. He won't be able to. No! Big mistakes coming out. Fishman in trouble now. Down half HP, needs to back away. The Cursed Crown as well. DNZ wants this kill. Moving through. The Nightmare try and protect. It's not going to buy much time, though. The Brain Sap turnaround. DNZ has to back up here. He doesn't have the Bedlam to work with yet. Then, finally off cooldown, he baits him in, and Fishman's going to fall.
That grip could have been great if the Tinker had a port earlier. I'm not certain if it's miscommunication or what happened, but Tinker was there super late. The grip already ended. And because of that, they don't really kill PL on time. And in fact, yeah, he's the one that kills them. So.
And up till now, you can be like, whatever, who cares? Who cares who dies as long as it's not the Spectre or the Tinker, but suddenly you're losing the Tinker, and now Spectre might be in a little bit of trouble up here. Baranya's trying, but damn is he tanky. And he's almost out of mana. Baranya needs to make an escape. Full lining, TP out, he'll be fine. No way of stopping that. Although look at this, movement in, Ogre's coming around the back. Needs to be careful, the Nightmare's there, no Fiend's Grip this time though. Fishman, didn't do enough work. He will lose systems of Kodos. Mitch, going to move away.
Should fall.
Moving forward, there's a laser, and the missiles will clean up the kills Ogre falls.
Actually, 360 gold for an Ogre kill is huge. But
well, it's an off-lane Ogre.
Considering it's a position 3 Ogre, that makes sense. and they might take both of these top runes, while EPG is going to take the bottom bounty runes.
And Tinker's going for a Shivas next, by the way.
The Shivas is fine versus illusions earlier on. It kind of helps with armor if the storm jumps you as well. Another thing that it does, it gives you flying vision, so you can actually scout and find targets. It helps with the push as well. Gives you more mana, more intelligence, which is really good on Tinker. So overall, I like it. Agonimus is definitely an item that he needs this game, but not right now. So Shivas can work. Not
I think it allows him to be more of a frontliner than your average Tinker with the Axe. So you can actually be a little bit more active in his participation. He doesn't have to be super far back, just kiting in the sky on the edge.
He doesn't have to worry about Storm Spirit just jumping and destroying him in one go instantly.
Exactly.
Burania actually is going for that Bloodstone. He does not have an Orchid or anything like that. So even if he jumps the Tinker, it's very difficult for him to just kill him off all alone. Especially as there's that Spectre who has the Vanguard, who has the Hood.
He is now going for the Radiance.
Like one build that would be...
Oh, full line in. Citrax found the Curse Crown as well. The Spirit Vessel is going to hurt a lot. The Terrorize the force away, but he won't get the run. Vortex means Burania says, come back here. He'll get the kill.
Yeah, talking about that Spectre.
Not so tanky when there's that many heroes.
She has the Vanguard, she has the Hood, but that's not good enough versus all of those.
Swift ending. Astra's ready to jump in. There's a doppelganger, but surprise is away, and there's a blink for the Avalanche to toss. They get the wrong target, but it won't matter. Swift ending will still fall.
Yeah, some of these movements in which he's all alone lonesome when Spectre died on top.
Speaking of lonesome,
yeah.
Bane in the top lane. They're circling. They're going to find him. Easy kill for them. Brain Stab won't keep him alive.
Yeah, the Bane is not as big of a kill as PL though, or the
True.
Spectre for that matter. So,
but it's a little bonus kill.
it's a bonus kill. It makes Burania breathe a bit easier because he doesn't have to worry about Bane gripping him. So
now the real value can come. They're going to push him for this tier 1. They're already encircling around the tower, so Tinker can't set up to defend. Kodos needs to be careful, nice blink away before Mitch can connect.
oh, the
they
creep
got
shooted
root.
him.
They don't
Mitch
know
does
about
not
it. They
know,
have
yeah.
no way now.
If he knew that though, like that could have been a disaster. I really like the way.
Citrax, ball placed to farm, but TP response coming. Chosen one means they want to retreat. LeBron will take the right side, knowing that if he walks straight up, he's going to die.
I like the way they itemized as well. So in this game you have the Dark Willow with the Vessel, right? Which they did not have that last game, and because of that, that Enchantress could have done whatever she wanted to. This game, you pop the Vessel on her, and after that you go with Bedlam, and she can't use her attendants to heal her up. So
I mean, it's great
Spectre
value.
again though.
Yep, Spectre walks a little bit out. The Terrorize is going to be there, running for the high heels, but can you escape? The Spirit Vessel is there. Dodges out the roots, but it won't matter. It's still going to fall.
I actually forgot how awesome.
Oh, Kodos arrives, wants some vengeance, but Yule's going to come out.
got
DNZ healing up in the meantime. Finally, March Machines arrive. There's the Avalanche toss. Toss in the Tinker Deep says, let's fight. They're going to look for the kill on LeBron. They can't get him. The Fiend's grip is good enough that Mitch is going to fall. They do get DNZ, and they're going to chase down on LeBron as well. He has no way out of
They
this.
should be catching him, yeah.
Yeah, he's got double braces, still in with the strength and the decay, but it won't matter. He's still going to fall. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Burania just actually pushing pretty deep.
Yeah, just creep skipped so that the creeps can go on this tower, but Tinker should be defending this, hopefully.
I should
PL
hope
is
so.
fighting with Tench there, but on the bounties.
Yeah, Chosen one trying to run this off. Swift then doing a decent amount of damage, but taking a lot more in return. It'll be fine.
Yeah, he still hasn't, like, PL versus Enchantress works, but he needs more items. He can't really deal with her right now.
I'm a little bit concerned that Nemiga gave over that mid-tower free.
Yeah, they could have defended it definitely, but maybe Tinker was afraid that Storm can jump in, but Storm ported out with low mana, so
Exactly.
it was an unnecessary giveaway, definitely. Enchantress is going for Yules, by the way, which is really good, as it's gonna give her a way of dealing with the Vessel and also all the spells that Dark Willow possesses. So
It's a little bit scary though, because it can set up for the roots.
yeah, I think BKB would probably be better this game, but he will also give you
Speaking in
mana
Enchantress.
region.
Stunned up, slowed down, Spirit Vessel comes out. They're going to cut the back line and find Astro as well. Chosen one trying to stand his ground, but it won't matter. It's going to go down. And Astro will fall alongside.
Yeah, so basically that she uses the heal, but it doesn't really do anything.
Ball line in.
Burania.
Burania found more. Fishman's
Well, hello
here.
there.
Nightmare's going to come out.
Are you
They're
a
going to
little
wake
bit
him
deep,
up with the
mister?
heat-seeking missile. The movement through. Burania, he wants this kill so badly. Fishman, he's dead.
And I love that Tether Lance on Mitch so much. Like, it makes Ogre a hero.
DD found, and that's the outcome. 3 dead now on the side of Nemiga. things looking a bit shaky, but the two most important heroes still alive. The biggest problem, however, is that Spectre is no longer top of net worth. He's no longer farming super well. And it feels like
He's
EPG
actually-
being
yeah,
itemized perfectly for this.
They itemized well, but it's not only the itemization, to be honest, it's the pickoffs that they have made on Zitrax so far. They've caught him quite a few times, and because of that, his Radiance has been slowed down. But overall, it's a Spectre plus Tinker, and one of them is always farming, so it's not horrible for them still. Urania with the Bloodstone, Tinker is going to have his Shivas very soon now.
This is a big pass spike, actually, because we talk about active net worth from time to time, and Tinker, he's been building up this goal, but he hasn't had anything to show for it. Now he finally will. With the Haunts as well, the potential anarchy that EPG bring to these fights is huge.
The
Sorry,
Shivas, the
Nemiga,
Haunt, dealing with the illusions, dealing with the Storm aggression. It's going to be huge, especially now Enchantress has Yules as well, so she's going to be able to break that first aggression that goes on her. Basically, if you survive the first burst of damage, you can survive with Enchantress because you take off the vessel and then you can heal yourself up. They smoked up though. We have one invisible tree, one invisible stone actually, not a tree.
He's so
He's
well
carrying
blended,
a tree.
you can't
He's
tell.
carrying a tree. There is an invisible tree as well.
He's bringing the Spirit of Treant with him. That's what he's doing.
So is this the dragon, the golem, and the other ancient all blended together?
Maybe.
Yeah, it looks that way,
It's just
right?
a weird amalgamation slap.
He has the head of the Thunderhide, he has the wings, and he has the posture of that golem, ancient golem. So
I just want them to give Roshan hats.
hats?
Yeah.
Like the Christmas hat again, or?
Yeah, but I want a cosmetical thing. You know, like you have skins for terrain. Why not hats for Roche?
Oh, all right. So, okay, sure, why not?
Give him like a sailor hat or something.
Alright.
A little knight's hat.
Give him like some cheesemaker outfit, right?
Yes. Yes. Give
Turn him
the
into a
dairy
cow.
man outfit.
Turn it, yeah. One of those chef aprons, you know, with cow patterns.
But looking to make some cheddar. Storm is now top on the net worth. Just swung up into there, and he's going to keep going on the prowl. And this creates so much space for the PL to just keep farming as well. Oh, Chosen one, threw it up. First round's going to be there. The stun control is good, but there's the Haunt coming in. Zitrax trying to make the movement on the back foot. Swift Dead is already going to work. Bane, he's down and gone. And now Zitrax will get rid of the Tombstone, but there's the Terrorize going to run into the root again on the back foot. They're just forcing the rest of them away. Kodos on the full defense, going to try and TP out. Chosen one getting super low here, will fall to the bedlock. And LeBron, that's the only thing they might find in return, but Zitrax going to be turned up by the Cursed Crown. He throws out the dagger, will take the Undying with him, but now he's all alone here. Kodos finally arriving to the second buffer in. He's going to blink forward, Mitch should fall. Zitrax, he is still alive. Swift ending moving in though, he's going to finish off the kill. Now Kodos, he has no escape, no man to work with. He's going to fall, it's going to be a team wipe as EPG assert dominance once more against the side of Nemiga.
A full team wipe, and that Shivas that we were talking about that he finished, that we thought might be the power spike, it doesn't really look that way, at least not right now. However, they really did catch the Enchantress, who was the hero that was most out of position, I think, in that fight, as she has the hood, yeah, she has the Yules, but she has no repositioning tools. She has no force, no blink, so she cannot really position herself far away from either the PL or the Storm, and because of that, like, she can't really dish out that much damage. Yeah, she's tanky, yeah, she creates some space, but she needs more. And he's actually building a Maelstrom next, which is one of the builds to go versus the PL. The Maelstrom build is actually good when you go first Maelstrom, because it helps your farm. It helps you to farm much faster, and after you have that Maelstrom, every other item comes quicker too. Getting it a bit later like this isn't really optimal, but they need. I guess he feels that he needs a bit more versus the PL, but I honestly think it's just the Tinker that should be dealing with the PL. He needs to get that Aghanim's.
I feel like we've seen this before.
The
Bloodstone build. We've seen this as well in the bot lane. Cursed Crown again, Chosen one, found once more. The Yules are going to come out, but he's surrounded. Slow down the diffusal, going to move with the stuns. Hello, goodbye.
Alright, they're definitely dealing with
on top lane. And they're coming out. Baranya's going to move away. Panic zipping everywhere. Now the use of the Fiend's Grip coming out, but LeBron's going to be fine. The turnaround's going to be there. Baranya can't quite get the kill. Needs to get out quickly. He'll have to leave LeBron behind, hung and dry.
Why not grip Baranya?
Yeah, panic.
panic, right? There
all
was
I'm gonna
some
say.
reason because only Undying was close and Undying couldn't save him, so the grip would make a lot of sense, right? I'm not certain why he didn't grip him. Instead, he grips the Undying, and the Undying is a really easy kill, and it's not there. They tip him. They say, "Thank you for not gripping Storm. You're a good boy."
Thank you for not dealing with the most important aspect of our team at this current time.
Exactly.
In 5 or 10 minutes, you can do it. We won't care because then the most important aspect is the PL.
Yeah, the PL that has the Shadow Blade and the Diffusal is hitting quite hard right now. He has the Silver Edge, actually. He finished it. So the Enchantress, she has the Yules, but she has to be very careful how she uses it.
Not just the Enchantress, though. There's a Spectre as well.
Of course, of course.
This is worrying for Nemiga. They need a solution right now, and this Shivas hasn't paid off so far.
They need that Aghanim on Tinker.
I think it would have been better to go for that because the blind onto the PL, much better. LeBron boldly walks in where no man has been before, and will he walk out in one piece? He might do so. Dead, in fact. There's the toss. Avalanche coming in. Mitch down to half HP. Impetus damage is huge from Chosen One. Mitch almost done, but will be able to move away.
Yeah,
So
so
take the tombstone instead.
in this situation, we actually see what the Enchantress is capable of doing when she's positioned in a favorable position, right? When she's on the high ground, when she's far away from her enemies, then she can spam out that Impetus, and because of that, she can dish out a lot of damage. But if she's on the low ground or close to her enemies, she isn't really doing quite well. Zitrax, actually, they're eyeing
They're
him up.
dangling him. They're going to move in. They go Sans, trying to move across in time. There's Yaman tossed through. Decent damage on the Storm, but no. Pacific to getting low, needs to move away. Zitrax going to be close, but he's going to die anyway. And now DNZ getting low. They might be finding, but Astral's going to fall as well. Swift didn't stand his ground in the meantime. The laser on the back foot will get the kill on DNZ. The Feed's ripped. They're going to get the kill on the PL finally. The important one does drop. They're going to hunt for more. Mitch to go find him. They might be able to. Shivas. Is it going to clip? No, just out of range. Another Sans to turn around for Anya. Like a thief in the night, he sneaks in and he finds the kill on the Kodos. The Nightmare's there, but Fishman's still going to fall. Hunting for more. Chosen One. They ping on him. The Fire Blast control. Piranha moving forward. He wants this. The Vortex is dragging back. And well, that's going to be another team wipe by the looks of it. Nemiga trying to move the last man away, but they won't be able to. Triple kill for Piranha.
And that's another team wipe.
And that's 26 Bloodstone charges.
Yeah, 26 Bloodstone charges going the way of Piranha. It's not fair. All right. Enchantress player saying it's not fair. All right, all right. Overall, though, they had a good start to that. Not the best start. Spectre died, of course, but they did get the right PL. They did take him down, but they overcommitted. They tried chasing with the Tinker without mana, without Blink, just running down the street. The moment Piranha saw him, he instantly jumped. So,
Problems. Oh god. He just got the axe.
oh, the little axe. The
So,
little axe.
You notice how the stuns were problematic earlier?
Now he has two.
Perma-stunnage.
All right, all right. Well, the Tiny isn't gonna have too many problems with them. However,
yeah, but
the
all
Tinker.
you have to do, it's not just that, it's Mitch or DNZ. They go together, they can kill anyone.
Yeah. Anyone besides that Tiny. The
Maybe
Tiny
even
has.
the Tiny, though.
Yeah,
but
he has a lot of resistance, but even he can fall, definitely. You're right. There's an Orchid on Storm, Arcane Rune on Storm, slowly building towards that BKB. With that BKB, he's gonna be. Tinker is gonna be completely free game for him. As the Tinker is building into the Hex, by the way. And with that Hex, yeah, you were able to catch the Storm, but it's gonna be
See that
problematic.
Storm? They just found the Bane again. He does use the Shrine. The damage is big enough that he's going to fall.
Perhaps a Ghost Scepter could help this Bane. But so far he hasn't really. Yeah, it's an expensive item, and so far he hasn't really found time to farm it up.
He has a pipe dream at the stage. He has 2k net worth. He's just funneling towards all the time. Now that's really paying off. They have all these sentries, but it doesn't make any difference.
Look at this. Smoked up, planted the sentry and the ward there just to make sure that no one sees them.
Well, they know there's going to be a defense around this tier 2. There's no way it gets given over to them.
Zitrax was actually really close there. Piranha could have jumped him if he wanted to.
They don't know what's up on that high ground, though. It's too risky.
They know that there's no Bane, and because of that, Piranha, like, he should be feeling safe. Even with the Tiny, they can't blow him up in one combo. They need a grip for the Storm, unless he uses all his mana.
I think it's like, looking at it from that perspective, if you don't see the Tinker, you don't see the Tiny.
Yeah, of course.
It's unorthodox for a Tinker to be waiting like that, but he could be waiting for the snipe out. He's getting closer and closer to that Hex. You're letting them buy time, you should not be giving them right now, but this is the power Tinker. No high ground pushes for anyone.
Oh, they are devouring these wards, so they haven't really managed to take this tier 2 or to get anyone after those pickoffs. which is kind of a shame for EPG. They didn't really utilize their power spike there, but they're just satisfied with farming. But Nemiga aren't. They're gonna smoke up. They wanna fight.
They got the horn available. They haven't had too many in this game. They haven't had many opportunities to use it at all. But now they might get one. PL in the mid lane. But they've got people standing behind him. Mitch is bodyguarding at the stage in the game. Swift ending, he's a tanky boy. But if you get a good Fiend's Grip, maybe.
With a good Fiend's Grip, anyone can die. However, the Storm needs to react and to break it instantly with Orchid, and everything should be fine. Or at least the Terrorize.
Fishman's been pretty on point with his D-wardings, actually. You gotta give him credit for that, but at the same time, EPG, just still certain dominance. They're building that net worth lead. Again, we said about the PL, in the next 5-10 minutes, he becomes a concern. And, well, you can't kill the Storm. And in the next 5 minutes, I'm not sure if he'll be able to kill the PL if he's with his team.
Look at this, they're on the bounty rune, LeBron, Invis. Well, no one's gonna come and try and fight it, so they get all 4 bounty runes, it seems.
That's the heart as well. Swift Ending just picked it up. He is a very tanky boy.
I actually love this build a lot.
Oh, Fishman, been found, brewed up, ball lightning in, he's gone. They're gonna move 4-5 more. Astro is a little bit too far forward, and Tiny, he should fall here. For out toss, but it's not gonna make a difference. He's down.
You just got the 2 pickoffs that are gonna enable you to go rush. Or to go for those tier 2s. I think Roshan is actually fair game right now.
They can do it pretty fast. They're going to go in.
Yeah, there's a Radiance on Z-Trax. He's had it for quite a while. And
it's so late though. This is...
It is super late, but he got some other items. It's not like he was rushing Radiance and then got it.
And
speaking of Radiance,
he's been found.
Speaking of that Radiance carrier, he just disappears there.
There for 8 seconds. He does have buyback. He might be forced to expend it because the Roche is almost done. With that, they'll probably look to pressure high ground. There's still 2 tier 2 standing for the side of Nemiga. And more heroes dying in the mid lane. As they do find the Enchantress, they'll run it down. Chosen one. It's been chosen to die.
Chosen one. Chosen one for the grave.
Sorry, Anakin. This is not how this story ends.
He needs the high ground, man. I've been telling you the whole game. Chosen one. He needs the high ground.
Maybe he'll be forced to use it.
Without that high ground, may he have the force to stay on high ground and fight.
Problem is, Ranya's performing the role of an Obi-Wan here.
Definitely.
Ready to cut his legs.
Yeah, he's cutting their legs off, definitely, and not letting them do anything across this map, because the moment they step away from that high ground, he pounces and gets them.
Here comes the defense that is needed. Is not there yet. The jump in from Storm going pretty deep, going to find the Bane instantly. They did not fight back for that at all. They knew Bane was already done and dusted. Okay, Chosen One is like, I don't know what you're doing there, buddy. Dead for 40 seconds. That means 2 lanes easily for the side of EPG.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. They're going to try and go for the second lane. Maybe it's going to be a bit harder, but they should be able to get it. Because Enchantress is up. Spectre is up. They have everything they need to defend. They don't have the Bane, but they can defend without him.
Oh, jump in, Chosen One, don't speak too soon. The Hex is going to come out, the Horn's going to be the Avalanche toss in, they're looking for the Storm, going to get him time. No, the BKB is going to come and go for the back line. He's looking on this, he'll be able to find the kill. Tigger's dead.
No buyback.
On the sideline, no buyback. Chosen One just trying to do what he can, but LeBron, he stands his ground, moving forward with Swift End, and look at his skill, they're going to be a fight Kid He's going to go down. He's dead. Sitrax instantly buys back. Can he do enough now? The buyback there on the Enchantress, she can't do nothing, she's gone. 95 seconds. Tiny's going to fall as well. Finally, Fishman's up. The Fiend's Grip not achieving too much, going to help a little bit, but now you're on your last legs. Can you hold it? Getting ready to dive to the fountain, and look. Going deep, Storm, he's going to look for the sniper with the ball line, and can he get it? Yes! He finds the kill on the Fishman, they'll chase one more, the Vortex, they'll get rid of Sitrax a second time. Or will they? No! He gets in, the Orc is not enough to finish him off. Swift ending low, but he's got that Aegis, so from the dagger, he's still alive.
He could just suicide to the tower to be able to...
He doesn't care, he's going to doppelganger,
he
doesn't need to die.
Actually, yeah, he's going to regen. He has the heart, he's going to regen so fast.
This is their best shot to hold, though. Maybe they can do this, but they can't let him fully regen with the heart.
Well, they're going to have to, apparently, because... there is a tier 2 on top, so they haven't lost yet. Tinker is up in 30 seconds, they can't take the throne. Actually, top was killed. Radiant Creeps, they killed the range Raxes on top.
That's true, they pushed hard. They've done a lot of work in fairness.
These Carties, go Carties! Slay EPG's Raxes, Carties, go! You can do it! You can do it! You can do it, Carty! No!
But that is
you killed my brother, Carty!
Timmy's all alone now. And now he's gone.
Look at this, like if someone didn't port, like those creeps would have taken this easily.
I mean, that's true, but at the same time, you're now 2 lanes down. You got half a lane.
you have a Tinker and a Spectre, so it's not really
It's not the end of the world.
the end of the world. Even versus Megas, you definitely can defend, right? But you're playing versus Storm versus PL.
And
it's
we
not
saw the
looking
effect.
great either, right?
Yeah, we saw the effect of the Storm. Like, he has so much mana to work with. He came from the shrine to the base, sniping them out. And in fact, that was very close. Zitrax, if he actually fell there, game over.
I don't know, that Shivas on Tinker, if they had an Aghanims earlier, it would be so much easier. If he went for that Atralance Aghanims build, it would be so much easier for them to defend the high ground. At the same time, it's easier for them to kill the Tinker, but I don't know. This did not work, at least.
The Zora, Piranha with the BKB going forward. He's going to look for the kill on the Bane. Can he get him? Yes, it's enough damage. That's an important kill. He thinks about going for more, but stops himself.
He even has the Region Rune bottled up, so he can go ham right now. He can do whatever he wants to do.
And away he goes. He
Heart.
wanted the runes.
I'm just laughing at Mitch and Ogre Magi Heart. He actually went for Heart.
It's a good item, all right?
Yeah, it's definitely not, but whatever, who cares?
Piranha, what the hell are these runes?
Arcane
2
rune.
regen runes and then an arcane rune.
Yeah, he's having some luck with these runes, definitely. Like, look at that. The region rune can't even come to an effect because he has that arcane rune and Kaya.
Zitrax was lucky not to get found there as well. One of the bounties on the bot. But they're pushing in now. Tier 2's gone.
Enchantress.
Enchantress a little bit far forward. There's the toss coming out. The Avalanche as well. Terrorize in return. They're going to force Tiny away, and he's just melting so fast here. He's going to fall. Zitrax trying to move in to do anything he can, but they're ignoring him. Chosen One's going to go down as well. On the back foot, Tinker forced away. The Hex is going to be there. The Fiend Script's going to come out. Can they get this Storm? They need to, but they're running out of time. The Yules are there. Mitch interrupts everything. Kodos hiding in the tree line. He can't help Zitrax out. 125 seconds dead.
GG's
and with
cold.
that, GG. They know they can't hold, not without their Spectre. And beautifully done from EPG as they completely ignore the Spectre and wipe out everything around him.
Not something you hear very often, is it? Ignore the Spectre? What are you talking about? Yeah, you can. You can do that and kill everyone else. Jump on that Tinker, just slay him. Jump on that Enchantress, destroy her. I mean, you don't really see these things happen way too often, like Enchantress disappearing, Tinker dying so easily, but they did let them pick that Storm, and they had to either ban the Storm or the Zeus. They decided to ban the Zeus, but they didn't expect the Burania Storm, and Kodos did really have a 6-Storm game in the first game, but it was an easier game even than this second one, because there was this Bane in the second game to grip the Storm, to catch him, but they weren't really on point with that, so...
And that was the thing, you just saw every time they found the Bane kill, they did not stop going. EPG feeling pretty dominant there, and it looked so good at the start for Nemiga. They had so much gold in the Spectre, so much gold in the Tinker.
They had everything going for them, right?
But they itemized in such a way that the Spectre wanted to fight, they couldn't take fights. He went back for that Radiance, and...
It was too late.
Yeah.
By the time he had that Radiance, it was way too late. And honestly, the Enchantress as well was always kind of way too deep, creating space for her team, but... Because she's creating space, there's no damage coming out from her. And that diffusal from PL would always get rid of her mana so that she can't impetus anyone. So overall, good itemization by EPG. Some questionable items coming from Nemiga, but yeah.
And what can you say? Well, we could say plenty. We could fill the time.
There is still a third game.
Yeah, there's a third game. That's what we're going to say. We're going to go to a break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Game 3. Everything on the line between EPG and Nemiga. Let's see who can take it.